Good morning, folks. It's a beautiful day here at Green Pastures Farm here in central Missouri. We're at September 6th, and it's just a gorgeous morning to be alive. And we're getting ready to move the cows, and we're on what we call the brush paddock. This used to be just solid brush, and we came in here and made a few little silvopastures as far as leaving the deciduous trees that had some leaves on them. We took out the eastern red cedar, a lot of autumn olive, the invasive came out of here, and some thorn trees. We left some thorns, but this is one that we will be brush hogging, and the cows were given half of it last night, and then this morning we're going to give them the other half of it. That's what they're doing right now. The cows are up in front of Ben and Isaac there, and they're going to get the other half of this paddock. Isaac just got nailed by a blackberry. They're brutal. Yep, they're brutal. But, you know, people say, well, why do you brush hog? You know, well, this is a paddock that if you don't brush hog, and you got to stay on top of it. Now, we've made huge inroads. I'll tell you how bad this was. Where I'm standing right here, this is solid blackberries and thorn trees. And when we got the thorn trees cut out, I brought my brush hog up here, and the briars were so tall that I had to take my brush hog and back into it. Couldn't go forward. If I did, I'd ripped all the hoses off my tractor. I backed into it. And I did that for the first 2 years, and now we've got it kind of manageable. Between us and the cows, see, there's grass growing now in between this. This is solid brambles. There was no grass under these vines. None. Zero. It was bare soil. And so, over time, the cattle are putting some impact on it. And yes, if we had goats, it would be awesome, but we can't hold goats on this farm. That's because they like going to our deer hunter neighbors that have all the food plots, and they eat all their food plots up, and then we got a bunch of really angry neighbors. Which I don't blame them. They got a lot of money invested in those food plots. But this is kind of a neat little paddock. I mean, it's very rolling hills. It's just rough. And if you don't stay on top of it, a lot of people go, but Greg, you left those darn thorn trees. You see them up there? I did. That's because I've got to have some cover out here to bring the deer out on top of this hill. We do deer hunt. We've got several people that deer hunt, and so we like to provide habitat for deer as well. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And see, these are honey locust sprouts. They've been nipped by deer on the end. They will get brush hogged when the cows get out of here, so we keep them short and vegetative. There's another one. Every single stem end point on that bush has been nipped by a deer. Well, these cows, they're going to have a heyday in here. Look at this. Again, we've had one rain in the month of August. Oh, 6/10 and a half. And you can see on that far hill over there, that was brush hogged off about a month ago, and it's coming back really, really nice. Again, tons and tons of thorn trees. The landowner has allowed me to keep some of these thorn trees in place, but one of the things that I promised him was that I would brush hog it and not let thorn trees take his farm. And so when he comes out and sees that over there, he's like, okay, Greg's keeping his promise. And so that's why I've got to brush hog this field when they come out. Because, you know, he'll be out here riding his four-wheeler around, and he's like, well, I thought you said you were going to keep control of those sprouts. So, you know, when you're leasing land, folks, the landowner, you've got to keep track of what he wants. And if you got a lapse of memory, write it down, what you promised him, and make sure you do that. Just make sure you do that. Yeah, we're going to have a cattle drive tomorrow. It'd be nice. We're going to leave a lot of this fly load behind us. And it's supposed to be in the 40s. Of course, this coming week is our grazing school, and we're going to have some 40-degree temperatures at night. Low 60s during the daytime. That's gonna slow up the flies a little bit, which should be a welcome reprieve. But you can see what the cattle are grazing today. There's Korean Lespedeza, little young goldenrod down there. There's some summer panic in here. That's this taller stuff. There's love grass in here. It's a warm season. There's a little bit of buckbrush there. That little calf there's going after love grass and Lespedeza at the same time. It's a great time of year, folks, to put weight on your cattle. You only have so many days to do it, and if you can keep them going, don't let them take it down too short. You can get cows looking like 595 right there. Look at that cow. I mean, she is fat. Fat in a good sense. She's got good condition on her. Really good condition. Well, she should have. You want your animals to have good condition like that. It's that time of year. You want animals to be putting on weight, not losing weight. So they're going to be on this landscape today. We gave them, let's see, there's 352 head in here. We gave them from the top of that hill down half of it. I believe this is an 8-acre paddock. No, I'm sorry, it's 10, the whole thing. We gave them 5 acres today. No, 3. No, I'm sorry, this is 6 acres. They got 3. They had 3 last night, so they get 3 this morning. And then tonight, they'll get another 3-acre paddock. And then in the morning, it's Judy Cattle Drive down the road. They're going to be happy when they get to Judy Farm. We got some beautiful 4-0 waiting on them. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. The sun's just now coming up. It's a great day to be out with the cows, and we're going to take up some wires here and get ready to put in a few paddocks over at Judy Farm this morning to receive these animals, so we'll be ready. All we got to do is put our wires up on the road and take off. We got portions of our road drive that doesn't have fence on it. But you can see the brambles in here. I mean, they're still here. And if you don't stay on top of that, that thing will grow. It'll be twice as big next year and twice as tall. And when your landowners come out and can't ride through their property because they're getting their legs tore up, well, you've got a problem. You've got a serious problem, because the landowner, you lose him, you lost the farm. He's like, you know, you made me these promises to control this stuff, and now you're not. Once you got on the farm, you just kind of forgot about all that. You can't do that, folks. We've had this farm for, let's see, 19 years. And we've always tried to take care of it the best we could. And the landowner told me after the first year, he said, Greg, he saw our management. He said, I don't ever want to sell this farm. And he said, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, he said, I don't see why we can't just keep doing this. And that was 19 years ago. So, yeah. Boy, is that a fat, nice body condition cow. She's in a body condition score of probably around 7.5 to 8. I mean, she is just phenomenal. And she's got a calf sucking on her. See the barrel on her, that big old gut? Folks, that's what you want. You want a big old gut on your cow. You don't want much leg on them. Can't really see her legs, they're so short. But she's got that big gut. She's got a nice wide butt on her to push that calf out. Don't want any skinny butts. And this is a young heifer that was cycling. She's been bred, should be calving next year. She's just a young mama, or will be a young mama next year. She's not a mama yet. But there's a lot of really nice conditioned cows in here. I got to show you this one. She's 232. You are a freak. Move forward, girl. Look at that. I mean, you talk about condition. You ought to see the calf on it. He is a brute. He's one of our better calves. She's, oh, look at that. See how floppity she is in the back? That's number 100. She's going to be calving I would say in less than 7 days. She's really getting swelled up there on the back. And yeah, she's floppity. So it won't be too long now. But I'm going to end this thing. We'll see you all down the road. And anybody new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And we'll catch up to you another time.